Hi, Nick. Thanks for stopping by for the interview. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Don. Doing really good.
Good. Well, I met Nick when he came here around last October. Nick, I understand you're from Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States. And well, what brought you to Mexico?
Really, what brought me back to Mexico was that the depth of the connection of family here is actually very impressive to me. Where a family makes an announcement, it affects so many people, and I think that's very powerful. I don't find that in America. So that was one thing that draws me to Mexico.
Hmm. Any other things?
Sure, the openness, and there's less programming with big tech and media in certain parts that makes it very refreshing to be around the Mexican culture.
Hmm. So, media and this kind of thing, you're involved with that?
What do you mean by involved with media?
Well, you said the freshness of the media and the culture.
Oh, it's nice to connect with a culture that's not so programmed by big tech and media, so they're more open to like timelessness of certain concepts.
Mm-hmm. So, what have you been doing around Mexico? Traveling, hanging out, or what's your main thrust?
Yeah, okay, good, perfect. The main thrust would be when I was in Morelia to give a talk about how I could synergize people together for a community, and then had a shaman pull me aside and go through a whole bunch of things with me to kind of see who I was and what I was doing. And then he deemed me with his family as like, all right, you're a curandero. And then introduced me to a lot of people in Querétaro to work with them with the style of work they do. So he really saw perfectly what I was doing, and then helped to just open the floodgates so I can facilitate that.
And what do you do?
Bringing people back to center. It's say he hired me for a kind of a reunion with all these community leaders, and he wanted me to synergize them together so they were in a similar frequency. And that was so well executed and received that then I went off with some women, a part of that, to another city, and then they introduced me to all their family and friends. And so for a week and a half, I just worked with all their family and friends in the backyard as a job that was, how do I bring people together? How do I bring couples together? How do I bring families together? And how do I help teach parents certain things about embodiment games they can do with their child to just bring the family closer?
So all this is about healing a connection.
Yeah, just like a new form of healing connection that maybe it's not really recognized in the States because it's so outside the box. But when I talk to medicine men and medicine women and shamans, they get it and they're like, oh, come with me then. This sounds great. That's an attraction to Mexico.
So also you do this on the individual level, right?
Sure.
I mean, you do massage, deep tissue, shiatsu type massage, and changing people's consciousness, actually.
Yeah, and the main thing is from doing these inner child workshops for a few years. In Mexico, I started taking the distillation of the big circles and the body work and then putting it together. So I would do balloon games, vocal liberation games, and then do body work. And it was just a really interesting pattern that opens people up
Great.
pretty good.
Yeah. So I understand also from knowing you that you're a very creative person with your guitar, your voice, with music, and with movie making. And how does this relate to the healing process that you just described?
Yeah, it's one lump sum. Basically, it's the entertainment of the healing arts. That's kind of like a concept I've been working on, taking my entertainment background and healing arts background and then pushing them together. And I saw a year and a half ago, Eckhart Tolle he actually said, the entertainment of healing arts is our next level. And I was like, wow, that's exactly what I've been doing. So it's, the movies would be healing arts. And then the music is a certain frequency or vibration that I like to play in the background during the healings, to just have a synergizing, like all of it together. It's all really the same frequency.
So I'm going to, at the bottom of this YouTube video, I'm going to put a blog where I discuss and show more of these things, and also give some contact information that people want to know more about. You can go further. But can you tell me what, I understand what you've been doing, but do you have any vision for the future with all this?
Yeah, I'm not really I'm just being open instead of trying to navigate something and power through and make something happen. I'm kind of reaching a new phase where I'm just going to try to be open to something coming to me. And that's how it happened in Morelia. He just kind of came to me and said, hey, I see what you're saying and you're my guy. And then went off, and I was like, wow, that was really a more relaxed way of going about something.
Sure. Well, thanks a lot, Nick, for having this interview, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for, you all. Thank you for everything you do for the community here.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.